where Northern Virginia has blessed me. Our biggest goal this year is going to be to go into more schools, to go into more public venues where we can teach the new generations that blue collar is not the same. From our family to yours, quality plumbing guaranteed. Hello everybody, my name is Luis Peregrina. We're Peregrina Plumbing Company. From our family to yours, quality plumbing guaranteed. What got me started into plumbing was my father. At the age of about 18, maybe closer to 17, I started doing some summer jobs where I would work plumbing with him. He started me because he wanted to show me what I didn't want to work. He really thought that blue collar, during that time, blue collar was really looked down upon, and we were told that, blue collar was for people who couldn't make it to college. So he really showed me the summer jobs so I wouldn't be part of it. And honestly, at the beginning, I kind of hated it because it was very laborious, and it felt tough. Like you would get home really exhausted. But I had played football throughout my high school life, so it was nothing new on, just trying to grind through and get the days done. I left eventually and went to try other career paths. I was a salesman, I was a server, I was a bartender. It was endless. I went through just about everything you could think of. And eventually I decided that I needed to come back to plumbing. And from there, I really grasped everything. So when I first started off, I was in construction. My construction journey wasn't the best that it could have been because I had some pretty bad teachers that only cared about their own outlook and how they could grow. So, they didn't want to slow down. They were just sending me to get material. They would tell me, go look for stuff and, spend endless hours not learning real plumbing because I was never really taught. Eventually I got tired of it. I left construction and moved on to service. My first part of service was restaurant service. And that's what got me into the world that I'm in now, because we're currently demoing a cheesecake, and I wouldn't have been part of it if I didn't first help build that cheesecake. We did a lot of service with one of the companies that I work for all over Northern Virginia. We service some of the biggest names that like Cheesecake, Rio Grande. That's where I really got to love plumbing because, I got to know what service was, what I needed to do. I got to actually think and look and analyze and figure out what I was going to do next. Where construction, you're kind of just doing like a robotic movement where they find you're good at, PVC or cast iron. That's what you're stuck on for a while. Fortunately, I didn't grow a lot with that company. Past 2 years, I moved on. That's where I started learning residential service, and that's my bread and butter for my company. Meeting people who own homes and don't know everything about their home was the best thing that happened for me. Everything that they have wrong in their home and letting them make their own decisions. Because at the end of the day, when somebody owns it, they know that they did it for a bigger purpose for their home, so they wouldn't have to worry about plumbing. Whereas I'm just trying to sell you something, somebody eventually could be like, I didn't have to do that. So I learned that caring about the customer first, informing them what they need to know are the most important things that you need to do. And after that, getting the repair done is obviously just as important, but an informed client is a happy client. At Peregrina Plumbing, our mission is to exceed client expectations while delivering the best plumbing solutions. We are a service-based business. Our number one core value is customer satisfaction. We believe that every home that we go into is just like our own, and we have to treat it that way. Whether it is a simple toilet replacement or a whole new drain line being run, we treat it all the same. Our second core value is integrity. We firmly believe that every home we walk into, we're only going to do the repair we were called for unless our client wants more from us. A lot of service companies nowadays come in like heavy salesmen and try to upsell everything they see in your home. We know that plumbing is going to fail in every aspect, and this gas line might last 30, 40 years and that water line 40, 50 years. So we got to do what we can do. And we understand that all of our clients don't have unlimited money, so we fix what's needed and move on as we need to. Teaching everybody and informing them so they can make their own decisions. We firmly believe that an informed client, as I said, is a happy client. Most of the times when I was an employee, the worst sales or where we had managers had to step in were people that didn't know what was changed, what happened, and they got, you know, an $800-900 bill, and they're confused as to why it was even that high when, you know, they didn't see the process that it took to like take apart the pipe and rebuild and do it. So when you inform them, at least they know what they paid for. Our last core value is spreading the wealth and information back into our community. So we know that I've lived here all my life. Northern Virginia, I wasn't born here, but Northern Virginia has been my home since I was about 4 years old. I'm a firm believer that you got to give back to the people that give you. So, you know, where Northern Virginia has blessed me, our biggest goal this year is going to be to go into more schools, to go into more public venues where we can teach the new generations that blue collar is not the same. We enter the workforce with no debt. We pretty much can become masters of our own world with minimal debt. So I want to bring that. I want to teach other people that are, you know, lost in their world of what career path is for them, and let them know that, hey, give this a try. Worst thing you do, you make a couple $100 and you move on with your life. But those are the core values that we brought for our company because we firmly believe in our clients and the people that can grow from this world and in ourselves.